Hundreds of bug fixes, thousands of localization changes, and even more to come in This Week in Development. Hello and welcome back to This Week in Development. I am your host Alex, and today we're back after a short 1-week break to bring you the latest and greatest news from Paradox Tinto. Today we'll mostly be looking at the patches we've had so far, but first, the game has now been out for a total of 12 days, at the time of writing anyway, and many of you are now mastering many of the complex systems. But for those of you who feel like you're still learning the game, let me point you in the right direction. First of all, our official tutorial series that's right here on YouTube is now complete, for the time being. This will give you a massive foundation on how to play the game. We now have an extensive guide on the economy, on the military, on diplomacy, and more. But if you've already consumed all of that, or you just want to expand your knowledge base further, I need to point you in the direction of our Discord. If you jump over to the Discord and join the conversations there, we have our brilliant helper channel and helper team who are around to answer your questions. I've been there as well, answering as many questions as I can, and so have many of the community. Whether it's a simple or an advanced question, heading over to the EU5 specific discussion rooms will definitely help out. And if you're starting out, there's a section for that too. Also, if you feel you've mastered the game already and feel like you could help out, we are already looking for more helpers to help tutorialize and answer those pressing questions. Now, let's get on to some patch notes, shall we? Since release, we've had 3 patches/hotfixes, in which the Tinto team has not only maneuvered to fix pressing issues, but also begin to change the balance of the game based on your feedback, as well as rapidly repair any localization errors that slipped through the net. We'll go into some details in a moment, but it's important for me to highlight the link here to our bug report forum and our suggestions forum. If you've experienced bugs or have suggestions for the game, these are the places to go, as these are a direct line of communications that our dev team read. Also, thank you to everyone who has already submitted a bug report or a suggestion. The jump from double-digit testers to tens of thousands of people playing the game, simultaneously on a wide range of systems, is always a huge jump for any development team, and with a game as in-depth as EU5, that couldn't be more true. And we're bound to have missed some things. So thank you for your diligent reports, your awesome suggestions, but also your trust and patience as we continue our hard work. Now let's look at some specific changes, shall we? One major change I think is worth highlighting came in with patch 1.0.3, which is a new toggle setting in the settings panel, which will have the game prioritize max tick speed over smooth FPS performance. This will essentially trade smooth frames for a performance speed boost at the higher game ticks. You can find this setting right here. Another change that came in with 1.0.2 is the fact that activating the allow historical game rule now doesn't block you from achievements. So Carthage achievement run is now viable. Good luck, Lathe. There are a ton of other changes, which mostly came in with 1.0.2, but let me just go through some of the 1.0.4 patch notes, which is the most recent hotfix patch. It is mostly bug fixes, and let me run through all of them here now. We fixed the crash related to the AI evaluating chase objective, fixed an issue with making Iron Man save games in French. If you weren't aware, Iron Man saves with any French lettering seemed to break and you couldn't save anymore. Big apologies to community team member Clem, who seems to be constantly being targeted by bugs. Seems our team aren't neutral when it comes to picking a side on the 100 Years' War. We fixed MP crashes related to persisting locations and commands, fixed the crash in the combat tooltip, fixed a crash in the alert about trade capacity, fixed a crash related to trying to set locations from save files, fixed desyncs related to generating names on the map. We fixed an issue related to Celtic marriages not triggering properly. Fixed a crash related to purging countries from memory. Fixed the crash related to effects set to random stat. Also fixed the formula range for the random stats. We fixed crashes related to the transfer yearly gold. Fixed a crash related to countries losing isolated land. Fixed a crash related to trained graphics generating along invalid paths. Fixing crashes related to colonial migrations, sorting interaction targets, failing to initialize Vulcan automatically and using DirectX 12, fixed a crash related to selective items in government laws panel, crashes related to invalidated war goals and other casus bellis, added more information to your crash dumps regarding your VRAM, and fixed a crash related to negative animation start times. With the other patches mostly being bug fixing, like we said, we are working hard on our next patch update, which hopefully we want to have out this week. So stay tuned for more information. But that's all we've got time for here on This Week in Development. But the content never stops, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already for all the news, updates, and content you could possibly want here on the official Europa Universalis YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. Oh, and remember, be ambitious.